Hey y'all, hey party people. So it is your girl Janea with Janea's Gems. So today I figured why not cook together, right? So today this episode or this video, right words, we looking for these words, we looking for these words. Um, Today's video is going to be me cooking dinner. So tonight I am making salmon. I'm making roasted garlic adobo rice from Zatarain's, and I'm also making my own homemade organic veggie blend. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now, what I tend to like to do is I like to get all of the stuff that's going to take the longest. I like to get that done or started first. Not done, but started first. So since I know that the Zatarain's rice is going to take about 20-25 minutes to cook, I am going to go ahead and start this on first. So we're just going to follow the instructions on the box. This isn't going to be any like real tutorial or anything on how to cook this because it's self-explanatory on the back. So we're not going to spend too much time with that. So I'm not even really going to show the process of that. So let me get that started and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I changed my mind. So I know I said that I wasn't going to really show me cooking that, but when I started putting the ingredients in the pot, I realized that I don't really necessarily follow the box instructions. I follow them as a guide, but I don't follow them to the T. So on the box, it says that you need 1.5 cups of water. I don't personally feel, I've made this before, I don't personally feel that 1.5 cups of water is enough. So I put 2 cups of water in it. And it also asks for a teaspoon of butter. I don't use butter. I don't use butter when I cook at all, okay? Nothing. I do not use butter at all. Not even can't believe it's not butter. I use instead olive oil. So I'm going to use the extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just going to put a splash of it in there and let it come to a boil. And then I'm going to add the rice in there, stir it up, lower the heat, and keep stirring periodically so that it can simmer and the moisture can be absorbed into the rice. So that's the gist of the rice. That's the only thing that is different about the rice in which I'm making. So that's the only difference. I was like, man, I sat up here and totally lied to these people. Lied to these people saying that I'm basically cooking like that, but no, I don't. For some reason, I feel like the rice is not soft enough when you make it with a 1.5 cup of water. But I also like this rice because it's brown rice, so that's already a plus. And then because brown rice is high in fiber and everything. And then it also has black beans, and black beans have protein in it as well. So that's why I really like to make these, this rice in particular, for dinner, for our dinners. So that's the rice part. Okay. So since we done started our rice and got everything going for that, now we are going to go in and cut up our fresh vegetables for our organic homemade veggie blend. Now, guys, I love organic vegetables. Organic vegetables are the only vegetables that I really work with. Now, I have the pleasure of being just a little spoiled and having my grandparents have a garden in which they usually give me some things from their garden. Most of the time I get cabbage from their garden and squash and zucchini. But this time I did not get my ingredients from their garden. I got my ingredients from another farm here in Charles County, Maryland. And like I said, I don't know if I didn't tell you guys, but yesterday I ended up making this veggie blend for the first time, and they loved it. And they literally asked me to make the same exact meal that I made last night. They want me to make it again tonight. So that's why I'm gonna go ahead and record. That's why I said I was gonna go ahead and record this tonight. So I have the leftover zucchini and squash that I did not used yesterday, and I cut the ends off of, went ahead and cut the ends off of those. But I had to get some more because I knew that I didn't have enough for tonight's dinner as well. So, and I just cut the end off this. But I got another squash and a zucchini. So I'm going to cut that up real quick. And then once I cut that up, I will be right back. Oh, and not only am I cutting that up, I'm cutting up fresh organic broccoli. And I'm also cutting up fresh organic cauliflower. So I'm gonna chop all that up, get all that chopped up, and then I will be getting it washed, and then I will show you guys what we have. Okay. Wash your vegetables, getting them washed before we cut them. Now let's cut these babies up. Okay, so as you can see, my water is boiling with my olive oil in there. So what I'm about to do is add the rice to it, stir it up a little bit, and cover it. We're going to cover that up. And I'm going to reduce the heat to medium for right now. Actually, like a medium low. That way it just gives it a chance to boil down to a simmer and then really cook. Okay, guys. So I have all my veggies cut up now. Nice, and the zucchini and the squash and stuff at the bottom. And this is going beautifully. Let me go ahead and show you that. Look at that. Cooking beautifully. Okay, so now we're going to start cooking our veggies. And again, we're using olive oil. There's a lot of vegetables in here. Okay, I'm going to season it with some seasoned oil. Not much. I'm going to use some lemon pepper in here. Not much. And I am going to use some garlic powder in here. Can you guess what I'm going to say next? Not much. Okay? And then we're going to give that a mix and let that olive oil warm up and start sauteing the veggies. All right, guys, so now I'm ready to put on my salmon. This is my salmon. I have been marinating my salmon for about 2 hours now. The spices that I use on my salmon, very important. I use Old Bay seasoning. I use lemon pepper. I use garlic powder. I use oregano, rosemary. Well, on this particular tonight's salmon, I used all of that rosemary, oregano, thyme, and basil on the salmon. So I have the oil, the olive oil, heating up in the pan, and let's get these salmon pieces put into the pan so we can get this thing going. Okay, so getting the grease, the pan, you know, all nice and greased up on the bottom. And then I'm going to put my salmon pieces in there. But let's check on our veggies. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but our veggies are starting to cook down a little bit, which is a good thing. So we're going to stir that up. And I literally just stirred up the rice. But I like to make sure my stuff does not stick. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys. Okay. Now, don't cover my veggies when I saute them this way because I don't want to steam them. I don't want them to be like super soft. So I don't steam them as they're sauteing. So that means I don't put the lid on them. But let's get into this salmon, why don't we? And I just filed them in there like such and wait for the oil to heat up. Now I do put the burner on high basically, because when you pan sear something, you cook it on high heat, hot oil. So that's why I cook, number one, the cooked salmon last, or start the salmon last, and two, it doesn't take that long. So yeah. Okay, so while I have these things cooking and doing what they do, simmering and whatnot, I wanted to explain why I put the specific herbs that I named on the salmon. Also, y'all, first, before I even start this, please make sure y'all have a trash bag for your trash. All the trash that I used in tonight's dinner is in here. And please wash your dishes as you go along. It just makes for a nice, cleaner, safer environment. Also, make sure you wipe down your around your burners and things like that. That way you don't have buildup or anything when you're finished cooking, or when you're trying to clean your stove. It eliminates a lot of that stuff. So anyway, the herbs that I used on the salmon, I said they're important because, I don't even know if I said it important, but they're important because each of them have a different benefit for them. Oregano is high in antioxidants. It's a natural antibiotic. It helps lower your cholesterol. It treats yeast infections. It improves your stomach issues like IBS and menstrual cramps and things like that. So oregano is good for that. Rosemary is also an antioxidant. It is an anti-inflammatory, y'all. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It improves digestion. It improves neurological protection, which means it enhances your memory. It enhances your concentration. It slows down your brain aging. It fights against cancer, stimulates hair growth, increases circulation. It helps relieve pain, and it also eases stress. So rosemary is a very, very, very good spice to cook with. It has so many benefits to it. Thyme is packed with vitamin A and C. I'm looking over at my food, making sure everything is straight. It's packed with vitamins A and C. It lowers blood pressure. It stops coughing. You can use thyme for whooping cough and stuff like that, especially if you put it in your tea. It stops coughing. It's an immunity booster, so it helps boost your immune system. It's a disinfectant, so you can use it in your cleaning. You can use it to keep bugs and pests and things like that away. But it also gets rid of viruses and bacteria, y'all. So that's thyme. Basil is also, that's another vitamin-packed herb. That's packed with vitamin K, magnesium, iron, vitamins A and C. It's a source of calcium, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids. It fights acne. It decreases stress, nervous tension, mental fatigue, depression, vomiting and nausea, some stomach issues, gastric issues. So guys, when I say that you can use your food to feel and get better, use these herbs to feel and get better. Not only get better, but stay healthy so that you don't have to get better. You know what I'm saying? So that's a gist of why I use the herbs that I use on my salmon tonight. I didn't know whether or not people knew about the benefits of some of these herbs that are wonderful to cook with and eat with. So that's a nice tip for you, I guess. Okay guys, so I'm sauteing my vegetables and I'm going to put them on medium because they're starting to cook a little fast. But I also forgot this burner cooks too fast. So the vegetables might be done before I intended on them to. And let's flip our salmon. I usually have a knife, but I don't have one right now. So we're gonna let this cook for a little bit, but you also have to realize, guys, when you make your salmon that it's gonna be a little dark sometimes because number one, you have the heat, you have very hot oil, especially olive oil. Olive oil tends to cook a lot quicker than your vegetable oil or your peanut oil. And then you also have to realize that you have different spices and things like that on your salmon. So that also takes into account with the way your salmon looks. So we're gonna let this sear for a little bit, and then we will be right back. Okay, so they're good on that side, and what I like to do is sear them on the side, on their sides, and so I sit them up just like that in the pot. In the pan. All right, just one more side. I took the other one out because that side really really has two sides to it. But as you can see, I've cleaned my kitchen. All of the dishes that I used today, that was used for the rice, that was used for the vegetables. Put the vegetables and the rice in its own container, and this is getting ready to go in the trash. Okay, and now we have taken everything off the stove, cleaned the stove. We have cleaned, this was what we used our salmon in. We cleaned that, and now we're left with this, guys. So essentially, you're left with a bomb meal, a clean kitchen, a sanitized kitchen, and a kitchen that you can move around and maneuver around while you're cooking, because I don't know if anybody else gets overwhelmed when there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the kitchen, like a lot of dishes on the sink. Like, I do not start cooking if there's dishes in the sink, point blank. Don't even try it. I do not start cooking unless the dishes are washed. So that's tonight's dinner, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed cooking with me tonight. I'm gonna fix these plates and get these guys eating, and then to bed. I have some other stuff to do before bed, so I'm not gonna be like to bed. But so that's tonight's video. Thank you so much for joining me today, sticking around, staying through the whole video. And I hope you guys have learned something. I hope you guys have learned something about the herbs that I've used. Not only have you hope you learned something about that, but I just hope you guys learn a different way of cooking, if anything. And I hope you guys try it out. So I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys later.